Hard work, work. There you go.
Forward.
Hard work, hard work. Hard work, hard work. Hard work, work. There you go.
Forward.
Hard work, hard work. Hard work, hard work. Hard work, work. There you go.
Forward.
Hard work, hard work. Hard work.
Fall in.
Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Y'all know what it is. It's your boy Trey, and we're rocking with the best, the favorite vets on the net. First Formation Morning Sports Talk. So come on, fall in as we get to talking about sports overall that happened over the last 24 hours. That's been happening. It doesn't matter. We kind of get it in how we get it, how we live here. Of course, we got a couple of people. There's a whole crew on squad on. It's a different squad. That's going to let us know some information. If you haven't been paying attention and you're in these military basketball groups, the AAU men's and women's Battles of the Badges, Battles of the Crest, correction. A whole type of vibe going on, and where we'll be able to. We're going to get some information today. Yesterday, if you didn't catch last night, we talked to a couple of women in military basketball. They had some things to say. So this is one of the ways some of the things they said can be solved. Of course, a men's and women's. Y'all heard it, men's and women's tournament. I go with Mr. Mike Richardson. You know he's been here before. You got T. Morris on Timo. What's good this morning, gentlemen? How you doing?
Good, good. How you doing, man? Glad to be here.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for having me.
What's good with y'all? What's good with y'all? So just not to get right into it, but you know what I'm saying? Hold up, let me give me a second. I want to get right into it because I know there's a couple. I know Kim is not going to be on. She hit me up yesterday, so I already know where she's at, why she's out information. I don't know if Wayne or Colton is going to get on. So try to give a little opportunity to tap in if they're going to tap in us before we get started. So I would get with my usual regular schedule for the most part. Of course, y'all can sit up and tap in with me on this yesterday's tournament. Did y'all do brackets? Did y'all make your own brackets?
Yes, sir.
So I assume your brackets are busted already.
I've been 13-3.
Okay, Timo, you did a bracket?
No, man. I've been dealing with my injury, so I haven't been watching.
Okay.
But
all right, I got you.
I do got Duke winning it all, though.
So I didn't do a bracket this year either. It just was I didn't have a feeling, and I guess I would be amongst the millions of people. I know initially when I seen the 16 million plus individuals whose bracket was busted after the second game of the first round for the most part. As we know, Furman fell to fourth. Furman beats 13th ranked Furman. Beats fourth seeded Virginia by a score of 68-67. The day almost started off for the most part with an upset from West Virginia, as Maryland just barely edged them out by the score of 65-67. But of course, that's a 9 versus 8. That's a whole lot different than a 13 versus 4. Other games, Utah, 7th seeded Utah. Against 10th seed Missouri, against 10th ranked Utah State. Missouri is victorious 76-65 in that game. University of Howard, 16th seed against number 1 seed Kansas. Kansas takes care of business there easily by the score of 96-68 as they continue on move on to the next round. Alabama, first ranked Alabama, 96. Texas A&M Corpus Christi, 16 seed. I don't know, was it going to be a number 1 one upset? Not in this game. They get the W, 96-75. 5th ranked San Diego State takes on 12th ranked College of Charleston. San Diego State, the Aztecs get the dub, 63-57. Unfortunately, here we go. It would be a Pac-12 team. I'm glad Bishop ain't wrong right now because I have to hear his mouth. Number 15th seeded Princeton versus Arizona, 2nd seeded Arizona. The largest upset of the tourney so far. Princeton moves forward with the score of 59-55. So I ask y'all this, gentlemen, because there's a tournament coming up. Yeah, so I'll take a pause for a pause right quick. There's a certain tournament coming up in military basketball to where you're going to have 16 teams, 1 through 16. So you're going to have different setup. So you're not going to actually get the 16 versus 1 and so on and so forth. But I'm very sure y'all have been in these predicaments as well at some point. What is it like if you have been in this position, player or coach? What is it like to even be a top seed taken out by a lower seed, or to be that lower seed? I mean, to be that top seed that got a scare from the lower seed, in your opinion?
Timo can answer that one because he actually went through that gauntlet.
Oh,
Yeah, it's definitely a tough task on both sides. When you're that, of course, everybody wants to take you out. So it's kind of like being Alabama. You're gonna get everybody's best every time they're on the court. Coming in as that lower seed, you're under the radar, man. So people might not know what you're capable of. So
sleeping on you.
Yeah, so they're going to come out. They're not going to play their best game. Then before you know it, they're up 10, 15 on you, and they win the game. That kind of happened to us last against Fort Benning. They came out. We took them lightly, 20 points, and came back, sent them out. Win the game. And as Mike speaks of that gauntlet, that's where you don't want to be. That's what you don't want to be. But yeah, both sides, man. Both sides is I've definitely been on both sides, man, and it's a test. Both.
So of course I see Colton and Coach Wayne pulled up. So gentlemen, real quick, reason for the season why you're here. AAU men's and women's Battle of the Crest. What's that all about? Give us a 411.
Hey, what's going on? Good morning.
Yes, sir.
So, I guess the team they heard the history of how it came about last year. There was a guy who was good friends with my athletic director at Freedom Christian Academy, and he was just watching our game, and he thought that it was very high level, and he just enjoyed the product that he was watching on the court. And he approached the athletic director, and the AD put him in contact with me, and we just built that bond immediately. And he's got to know my family. I've got to know his. We became close, and here we are. The tournament was formed. We got it off, and now we're here trying to make it larger than anything.
Okay, and so we have a couple of course, you have your committee that you put together with Timo and Colton, add in Mike Richardson, which is what could be interesting. So, and it was something that Key, I think you said in one of your posts, Wayne, that this obviously is to show that everyone can work together regardless of what individuals think is differences or whatever case like. So what is each person's role in this going forward in this Battle of the Crest tournament?
So Colt and Timo are basically in charge of like the voice of the players. They'll be out there talking to the players, gathering information on what they want, because at the end of the day it's about them, and however they want to play, they're gonna take that feedback and make it happen. Mike Richardson is my right hand, so whenever I'm not available, which will be a lot of times since I have some things going on that I have to take care of with my family, he will be running the show, and I trust him to do that. He's been around a long time. He knows basketball. He has the biggest tournament currently. So, I mean, who better to bring aboard and run the show when I'm not available? And then he'll also ensure that it's done the right way. So I trust him to do that.
Okay. So when we talk, what's the information which y'all can give us that y'all have? I'm very sure it's still in the works. Of course, you have what you, like you said, what was done last year, but maybe some things have changed differently. What potential do you have in what you're looking at for, I guess, competition, the structure of the tournament, and those things as of right now, as we see it?
As of right now, it's going to be ran exactly like the Capital Classic was. It's going to be an open division
Okay.
military basketball tournament. If you have an ID card, you can play. Simple as that. And also, it's going to be vetted. When we get there, we'll have our own section with a laptop aside from AAU's registration, where we'll ensure that everybody who comes is legit and not, they don't have an ID card. So it'll be vetted properly. I trust everyone around me to ensure that that will happen. And but besides that, we want the best competition. Get your group, form what you got, and let's get it on.
Compliance is key, as y'all hear it first. But if you're in compliance, then you're able to go. Colton, Timo, what do you feel about y'all's role in going forward to bring in, I guess, the best of the best and get the word out there?
Hey, I'm just here to get the best product on. Like we always said, the players, we want the best players where it's open. And we want to put it on the biggest platform because I feel like those are the platform that we have now with this tournament can kind of show what military basketball is, show the level. I'm sure Mr. Sean, who is the lead on all of this, he's surprised by the level we had, and I think it's a misconception that there are good players in the military. There are players who have extensive basketball backgrounds outside of the military and joined and still continue to play. So, I mean, my main goal is, I'm sure Timo is too, to just have that stage to showcase what we can offer. And this could be one of the biggest military has probably seen, just because of the platform. We just want to get all the players. We don't care who you are. We don't care what you team play for. We just want to bring y'all down to Orlando. Y'all just get in.
Okay. So now this basically almost solves the conversation which we be having with opportunity for players to link up together and play. It's open format. Is basically open. If you get your squad together and y'all come down, you get a chance to run. Let the players play, as the players basically spoke on a couple of weeks ago.
Right. It just gives us an avenue to where there's just no drama. As you see, we brought Mike on. Just like you said, just show that we support his tournament. He supports ours. So we don't want any drama. We want to all work together, and because at the end of the day, like everybody said, we're supposed to be supporting each other. I think everybody's going in the right direction. Support everybody else.
So definitely you're hiding it. So Mike, here we are yet again, another huge tournament. The military armed forces tournament whisperer you're becoming. What do you have in store as you get in and tap in to assist Wayne in this momentous type of tournament?
This is what everybody wants. This is what they want. You spoke, we listened, and it's pretty much this is the landscape. In a nutshell, it's almost like military AAU, to be honest. It's what it is. You're going to get the best hoopers, team up, and get their teams where they break it down by region, state. It's kind of like what everybody's been looking for. Hey, see, military. What better platform to do it alongside AAU, and definitely appreciate the opportunity and the partnership that they're doing, because they're putting a lot behind this. So what we're doing is, hey, not too many organizations actually do something like this in regards to look out for the service member, and this is clearly about the service member, the hoopers. I heard I watched the show last night with the ladies. I heard their concerns, and it was very, very enlightening, but it was factual. Everything that they said was factual. I actually was the one to put on that tournament that KD was talking about when we had a women's national 1 year, along with the guys, and it just didn't pan out because of the lack of participation. And so, we try to put it out there that way. But in this venue, you got open divisions. Basically, if you got an ID card, a CAC, you're good to go. And then it doesn't matter where you're stationed at. It doesn't matter who you play for. It's about unity, coming together and doing something positive. There's a lot of people that can get on here and may say the right things, but it's all about action. It's, in other words, putting your money where your mouth is. And this is a perfect opportunity for us to do that. And like Colton said, it's no drama. It's just going out there having fun and playing basketball. Love for the game and having a good time doing it. And what better venue than to be down in Orlando weekend after the 4th of July. That's yeah. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. It's definitely going to be a banger. Looking forward to it, and I'm very appreciative and humbled that that the team decided to bring me on board to contribute. So I'm just here to contribute best way I can and lend my expertise wherever needed.
So I'm excited already. So of course it's a lot of people that's basically tapping in. Richard Applewhite, you basically heard if you got a CAC card, you have an opportunity to play if you bring a team down. Calvin, of course, awesome tournament situation in Orlando, so it's going down. So that's going to be a great thing. You were about to say something, Coach Walcott?
Yeah, we have a couple of surprises that we haven't put out yet, but it's gonna be kept internal. But it's gonna be something that's never been seen before, and the soldiers, airmen, and so forth they'll be deeply appreciative of what's about to be announced here in the next. I think we'll announce it after nationals. We want to keep the focus and attention on that event, and then once that event's over, then we can start putting out more information. But in addition to that, it's also going to be a celebration of Miss Kimberly Green. I just wanted to give her flowers as well, with the MVP trophy that's in her name. When I first came on the scene, she grounded me a little bit. I came in a little brash, talking trash, and just love competing. And she taught me to slow down a little bit and just grounded me a little bit and made me appreciate other aspects of military basketball. And because of that, and then of course her tournaments and contribution to all of us, I thought it was only fitting to give her flowers that she deserves.
RG33. So that's greatly appreciated. She would have been on this morning, but she informed me she had something going on. But she does look to coming on before the tournament actually goes down, so we'll be able to tap in and chat with her. It's been a while since we had her on, so it's always a good thing tapping in with Kimberly. So, as you just said, you have some stuff that y'all keeping tight to vest that y'all not going to be able to let out right now. Keeping focused on nationals that is just around the corner. What peek under the hood can you give us for those that's out there listening that aren't in it, that continue to wet the whistle to where they're like they can't wait until they've been reached out to and they can start signing up?
It's kind of hard to give a hint without giving it away. But
Okay.
I will just say this: the all tournament team of this event will be involved in something special.
Okay.
I'll just leave it at that.
Well, I was about to say, does that sound like TBT? I know it's a conversation that we've had before a year back, but probably not that yet, huh, Coach?
No, it has nothing to do with that.
Okay, got it. Just as wondering, just doing my journalistic. But so in a sense, when did all this? Now let's take it back a little bit, Coach. You said this event kind of happened last year, right? So in a sense, how did that even come about? Was it just something with someone seeing y'all competing as one of your teams competing, as you were saying, or was it our tournament in general? And what someone tapped into is like, okay, then that started the focus. So what is the precursor prior to that phone call?
So when I was in a part of the Atlanta conference under the NBA umbrella, we had conference games at a school that I had a partnership with, Freedom Christian Academy, and we were playing our conference games in the back left court. I think it was court 3 or court 4, and then they had an AAU tournament going on there on court 1, 2, and 3, and of course, you know, the person who was watching us, Mr. Kilmartin, he was just watching our game, and he was kind of in awe with, you know, our team and the level of play that we were displaying at that moment. And, you know, he went to the AD of Freedom and was like, hey, can I get in contact with someone over there? And of course, you know, that's why we network. He was like, yes, I know him. He comes over here and he helps a lot. And so that's how that formed.
So it's just an ideal when it was born. So, Colton, Timo, are we going to see y'all in action at this? Timo, will you be ready to go by that time, or you just going to have to sit back and watch and orchestrate?
I'll be on the sideline for this one.
Okay.
I think I'll be back to 100% back. So I'm gonna be on the sideline with my Black Forces.
Shout out to Coach Walcott with the Forces coming in. Forces are a great pair of shoes, man. Let's not hold that. I keep a white pair, a couple of white pairs.
Hey,
so Colton, y'all for sure you gonna be rocking with somebody, if not leading the team.
The first annual, and I had to sit down now. He was getting ready to be born at that time, so I got out. But I'm gonna tag in for Timo. He got lucky. I ain't getting. He got his little share. So I let him get that one. But you know, I'm playing with Wayne, obviously. And whatever product we bring. And I just put something on there about our vet. Sure, yeah, I think everybody's allowed. If you have a cat card.
If you have a cat card.
We're not hindering anybody. Anybody who wants to play, go get on the team. Let's bring the best product we can. Hopefully, eventually, here soon, we can kind of let everybody know what's really happening once the tournament starts. And if you want to lock in right away for the tournament, go ahead and start letting us know, because Mr. Kilmartin wants to start. Once he has it locked in, they're going to use their social media platform to put and start making posts about every team locked in as well. It's something he told us to pass along. So make sure if you want to lock in, it's never too early.
Oh, there's one last thing I wanted to put out, if you don't mind me to interject.
Go ahead, sir.
So I do believe it's conflict of interest if I'm, you know, running the show and coaching at the same time. So that was another reason to bring in Mike, because he'll basically be running the show since I'm coaching. So I don't have to separate myself from being on the sideline as well. So in essence, he's in charge.
Good idea. That great idea.
Oh no, man.
Makes pretty good sense. So now it's up for individuals to kind of start tapping in, as y'all said. Y'all see, Brandon said any team already trying to put his stake on the claim. He said he can play the role of Unitas Haslam for anyone that needs a good veteran leader for the most part.
Look over the coolers.
Lick over coolers.
He meant kick over coolers. He's talking about kick over coolers.
Oh man!
So now that this is going on, Mike, like you said, keep focused into the tournament, the nationals. What do we have going on for that upcoming? I know it's just a couple of weeks away for the most part, before your selection start going down. outside, we already know one participant already due to the Joe Hall Classic. What's up with that?
Oh man, it's coming together. It's going to be a top-notch tournament. It's probably going to be definitely our best in the 14 years we've been around. This was going to be the most competitive, obviously most talked about for obvious reasons. So everybody, all eyes are going to be on this tournament this year. So far, we're looking at Fort Hood, obviously they got a bid, and then you got to look at the 5 major conference leaders or champions.
We flexing? That's how we do, T-Bo?
That's Wayne.
Hey, bro, I got more than that.
So right now, if you look at the CMAC, I want to say right now the CMAC leader is currently probably Herbert Field.
Mm-hmm.
So they're clearly a lock right now. The WAMAC over there on the East Coast, that's where JBLE resides.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty much a lock. Was it the ACMBC? Atlantic?
Yes.
I guess that's where Fort Benning is. Fort Benning's currently leader there, so they're pretty much in. You pack they punch their ticket. Pac West, Luke, they can punch their ticket.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about this stranger that just clicked in, man. We all across the water now.
All the way from Camp Casey, Korea.
Well, that's my guy, man. That's my guy.
What's going on, Ron?
Man, hey, I appreciate the invite, big dog. I appreciate it. What's really good? I'm in the building now.
Same old, man. We was just getting the announcement. AAU men's and women's Battle of the Crest going down. July weekend after 4th of July weekend. So that's huge. So you got the announcement. They tapping in, giving us a 411 on that.
Oh, okay. What's the news?
You tell me, Mr. Ron B.
Oh, I just chimed in. I want to know what's going on. What's the news? I want to know what's going on.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Man. It's gonna be off the easy, man. Ron, I wish you could be here, man, next month. But I'm pretty sure you're gonna have some representation in the building. Because this year's national is gonna make some noise and leading right into the AAU Battle of the Badges type deal in July. It's gonna be an exciting summer. And we're going to use the National this year as a stepping stone to that, which it's going to be a great time. Expecting a reunion of sorts, fellowship, breaking bread, and getting back to the spirit of what it used to be. We want to get back to that.
This is the tournament that's down in Orlando?
From the MWR standpoint as well.
Is this the tournament that's down in Orlando?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, that's what's up right there.
That was right down your alley. Because that one is right down your alley, because that's how you used to get down. All your teams go, hey, your teams is going to be legal and good to go. That one. You know how you used to do it. Trey, you're looking at one of the reasons why the NBA was founded. Guess
well,
what?
Don't get me started on that. Y'all need to go back to that way. This new way y'all got going, I don't agree with it.
Hey, that's why we're doing this one in Orlando. This is your type of event.
Hey,
Right in time for mentor for you. Come on down.
Hey, I will say this. So, first of all, my hey, my hat is off to Mike for the NMBC tournament put on. But I think this tournament early. This is about the biggest tournament, military tournament thing. And hopefully, years from now, tired, sitting back on our couch. Some of y'all already. We sitting back on our. We're gonna turn on ESPN, and we're gonna see bases playing on there, and that's something that's never happened. Because I mean, you got to think about NBA. They consist of 50-something teams, but that's not all the teams in the military. And in Mike's tournament, he had the best 16 teams in the tournament, so that's leaving out another 70% of the teams that's not gonna be able to come. This everybody is invited, everybody. So just look at the message that's bringing already. There's going to be some jewels that we find in these teams that don't get invited to nationals, that's not in the NBA. And there's going to be some players that I'm like, that guy right there, he can hoop. And nobody never knew anything about him. Maybe he's not out there on social media. Maybe he's just quiet, don't know anybody. Maybe he just got in the military. Those guys are going to be discovered at this tournament. That's kind of how I was discovered at Mike's tournament back in 15. I had no idea. All Air Force. Nobody at my base was preaching all Air Force. Had no idea about it. Went out there, showed out, and then CL and Mike actually pulled me to the side and told me about all Air Force. So that's how I actually got connected with the military fam, basketball fam, and that's how my career kind of kicked off with military basketball. And I think this tournament is actually going to be that stepping stone for somebody that's not already out there. I mean, yeah, we got the big names like Colt, myself, that's guys that's already put work in on the court. But I'm more focused on these new guys. There's still some guys that has college eligibility, and they're going to do it 4 years and get out, man. They need to go somewhere and hoop. And I think this tournament is discovered that. Also, I got more to add. Team Mo will be present at the tournament. All vets, hit me up.
So
All vets. Might have your jersey. I do need a 12th man.
Tebow out there like the Suge Knight of military basketball. Sit up his head. So that's what's going down. Ron, are you going to be in the building? Whether you put it on, putting the shorts back on, or putting on a polo? What's good?
Talking about for that tournament?
Yes, sir.
Oh, nah, I still be here in Korea, man. I still be here in Korea because when's the dates on it?
July 7th.
Oh yeah. I go on leave in August.
Okay.
So it's my daughter's birthday, so I'm gonna go on leave, take my 30 days in August. So yeah, I miss it, but I have some eyes in the building, so I better
check it. See
I
what that
better
new
see
talent
something's
like
going
that.
on.
See what that.
Yeah, because that's around application time is still kind of open, so we'll see. You know, we got the nationals and then this tournament coming up, which that tournament is gonna be real. It's gonna be real. Like I like the one they had last year. You know, so now they add all these other players.
The conversation was just like conversation was just being said, in which we're not going to glance over too much. The Ron's type of style of basketball is the link up, the connections. What's up with that? Now this tournament is more so going to provide that. This would be your type of tournament, Ron. That's what everyone is saying. That's what the whole
Trey, I don't even understand what they're saying. What does that mean? It's my type of tournament. Break it down so I can understand what they're talking about.
So he's asking for clarity.
Don't say anything about free agents. I don't want to hear nothing about no free agents. So what does that mean, Mike? This is my type of tournament.
It was how it used to be.
Okay.
Remember prior before the national was almost pretty much open. It was an open tournament at one point in time.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
And it was the 2017 Fort Gordon National
National
Military Basketball Tournament champions, who featured Ron B., Derek Sumter, Ollie Bradley. It was a who's who, you know,
six players.
representing from, and they only had like 7 guys, and they came through that, and it sent it. That was the start that completely changed the landscape of military basketball. Okay. That one instance, because people went bananas. Well, a couple people went bananas over, and then that's when all of a sudden the true roster came out, and
Lord,
to where we are today. But he was on the team that actually started it all.
I will say this: that 17 team that won national, Ron B. We played against y'all. Y'all beat us. We didn't care.
Was it a thrashing?
Was it the players that said anything?
So was it a beatdown?
Huh?
Was it a beatdown or was it a close game?
Nah, it wasn't no beatdown. But they those 7 guys
they was going. Yeah, we didn't really blow anybody out, Trey. It was, you know what? I'm glad you brought it up, because here's my take on all this, and I'm gonna give you the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Okay.
You may have to ruffle some feathers, but the good thing is we got post-level basketball back in rotation after the COVID and all that kind of stuff. Coaches are able to, the armed forces coaches go out and get to see some players, get to see some talent. I'm enjoying all these tournaments. Open up the Capital Classic. You got, the NBA thing. You got Mike's national tournament. That's the good. The bad part is you got players. If you're a hooper, you just want to hoop. All the drama and all that other stuff. You just want to hoop. You want to play the best players. Just like Timo said, it ain't the players. Sometimes it be the coach. You just want to play where the talent's at. You want to play against them. That team I had, I was 30, maybe 38, 39, 40 at the time. So at that time, I wanted to play with guys that was on my level, knowledge-wise. We were all older. Ollie, Something's probably was the youngest. I had my man Harris, Ronaldo, who played all of me way back in the day. We had older guys. But the reason why we won, because we just played together. We had the knowledge of the court. So when I look at teams that, like, you want to play with guys that's on your level. So, that's the bad thing, that we're trying to separate that with these quote unquote free agents and pure rosters. The ugly part about it is, and like I said, it's just my opinion, that we have coaches, the post level, that they never been in the trenches. So you have these players who have these abilities that, they're just better than a lot of people. The cloth is just different. Their breed is different. So therefore, they want to play with players that can play. It's not to say they want to get a super team. They just want to play with players that can play. Why should I have to lower my standards, my talent, to play with a team just because I'm on that post? And therefore, those guys are not on my level. And so we say about these free agents things. Only contract I signed was to join the Army. That's it. I say it may be 1 or 2 coaches out here that's paying for everything a player, soldier, airman, Marine, goes to a tournament. That's your gas, your food, your lodging, your plane ticket if need be, everything. That's paying for everything. So that player, too much can't say too much. He can't really say anything about playing time and things like that. But if I'm putting my money in to go play in these tournaments, I'm going to want to play. So now, as a player, let's just say I play D1 basketball and I'm playing a bunch of guys that's not on that level, you're going to have some moaning, some groaning, and things like that. So therefore, now I got to play out of my character just to make a competition, when some of those guys, they're probably there every day in practice. They're doing God knows what to try to make a team and play, but they're just not good enough. Mm-hmm. And they're not going to get me to another level that I need to be at. So for me to get to that next level, I have to go play the top talent or play with the top talent. And those lower level guys, they're just going to have to work for it. We sugarcoat and baby these soldiers and airmen and Marines and and see we baby him right now. You know why? Because when you join a team on a post level team, it's you're putting your money towards it. So you can't really, like, say you come to All Army, we take care of everything. So therefore, if you're just not good, you're just not good. You go home. There's no moan and groan and go back and talk to your commander, whatever. But on the post level, you can kind of moan and groan if you put in your money to make this trip from Augusta, Georgia, down to Eglin. Hey, I paid for my room and this and that. I come all the way down here and I can't play. But dude, you're not good enough. And so now I got these guys like a coach who's playing with a bunch of guys that really can't play at his level. So he wants to play with guys that play at his level. That was me back in the day. So some of these coaches, the ugly part is they never been in those trenches. So I feel like there's some post coaches that never played the game. They never been on no type of level. So it's just like you've been deployed. How you gonna tell me about deployment, Big Sarge, if you ain't never been deployed? You know what I'm saying? I've been in these trenches. You haven't. So here I am. I'm playing a D1, D2 basketball played, and you, my post level coach, and you never played anything. So you don't know how I really feel. I'm a hooper. Like, I want to go play the best. I don't care about who they have on the team or if this player is not eligible and things like that. I heard he can hoop. I want to play against him. And we get so caught up in all this, who's playing where and this guy's playing this. Back then, we just hoop. If you beat me, or I heard you as a team and you had your team together, I want to play against you. And if I go to a tournament as a team and you leave my team and go play another team, you're not coming back playing with me. If you do, the coach allows it, I'm gonna leave. Because now you show me where your heart is at, where your mind is at. But at the same time, these players, they don't want to play against the best. They don't want to play with the best. They just want to play. And I grew up in there where I was a hooper. I want to play whoever's the top dog. I want to play. That's why I played till I was 40 years old. I couldn't let it go. But at the same time, those cats weren't on my level because I worked. I bust my ass. These guys these days, they don't do that. They don't work. When I came in, and y'all can vouch for, is a hooper, when he comes to a new duty station, you know what he looks for after he get his family settled? Where the gym at and when they hoop. That's what a real hooper does. These guys, I'm here at Camp Casey. I can't find a hooper to save my life. They don't just hoop no more. And people get mad when I say, they soft. Like the talent, we done soften up so much that now we got to have all these rules and regulations, which is nothing wrong with them, but let the guys play ball with who they want to play with. I want to see the dog in some people. Right now, it's just, well, he got to play with him, and he got to play over here. And now the guy don't really want to play with them, so he's not going to give his all. And then the guys on his team, they don't want to really play with him because he his mind ain't there. So that's why I had that team in Fort Gordon. That's, I would say if I'm going to make it all the way from Georgia to Texas, I'm bringing fire. You don't bring no damn knife to a gunfight. Well, I would pick up them guys that, hey, y'all ain't in the gym with me. I'm gonna tell you this one story. This is one of the best players I ever played with in the military. Sad thing to say is, through my whole time, I done played at every level except the NBA. Is a dude named Eric Draper. My first year All Army. Now this is how it goes. My first year All Army. This guy, he's killing. He's averaging about 22 in the tournament. And then we go to the Armed Forces. He gets MVP. He's averaging about 30. Now, this is my first year. They say, hey, man, damn, Drake just changed. I said, changed about what? They said he got cut last year. This guy got cut. It blew my mind. So when I heard about it, I said, Drake, damn, you got cut last year? He said, yeah, man, I was stationed in Alaska. He said, I went to the gym for 2 to 3 hours every day for a whole year. Every day, and made 1,000 shots. Not put up 1,000, made. So he could come back, try for All Army. Not only did he make a team, but he was a starter. He was top 5, best player in shape. Got the MVP and everything. Like that's just hard work. Those were dogs back then. he didn't moan and groan at the playing because he got cut. Like I hear some of these guys on these post teams, oh, he got this guy. I ain't gonna put no names out there, but when I was playing, I was getting flown around too.
Mm-hmm.
I was getting flown around and playing tournaments that they had the whole team, and I jumped right in the starting lineup. It is what it is. So that's just my take on it. And that's saying there's no good post coaches out there, because I have some great post coaches. There's some good post coaches out there. It's just some of them never been in the trenches, so they want to dictate the type of player they have and try to hone his skills to be with the team. It just ain't gonna be like that. Like, you don't know how you never played like this.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just my take on it. Like we gotta get rid of that. We just gotta let the guys play. As a coach, I want to see the best of the best. And I'm not gonna get the best of the best if that player is on a team that he don't really want to play with.
I got something to add to that, Ron. Two things. The first one, my respect to y'all back in 2017 when y'all won, because not a lot of people, but that was a double elimination tournament. Y'all made it to the championship game, and y'all told them we playing one game.
Playing one game. Yep.
Know that. Y'all could have said beat us twice, but y'all told them we playing one game, winner take it off. And
we got to drive back to Georgia.
Hey, my respect to y'all. Y'all came out there that one game. Y'all smacked them. Y'all the champs. My second point. So I guess it defers to your why when it comes to military basketball. So I spoke with Coach about this, and the route that he has chose to play military splits with, which is perfectly fine. Now, Ron, been on you for a few years. We had battles when you was at Gordon. We had battles when you was at Bragg. And we did not have best teams, right? But we were the top players on those teams. And so you being on that other team made me step my game up. I didn't need 5 players on that other team because I know I'd be at a disadvantage. But when you're out there with your 100% base team, the guys that you have grinded with, the guys that you have been in the trenches with, as you've spoken about, the guys that practice with you every day. I mean, I just look at it from a different aspect. Like, I'm older now, so I'm more into mentoring, coaching, teaching the game. And as I guess with Coach's instance, like he's playing with those guys, they already have that mesh, they're gel already. Like you said, they all have the same IQ. But there's guys that don't have that IQ. So from a point where I'm just trying to help those guys out to reach a level above where they're at currently. So I mean, you have the teams like Fort Campbell. I know Paul has been coaching those guys for years, and it's always been that same team. And they always play the same way. They come out hard. They don't win a lot, but they come out, they play you hard, and they're going to play you to the zeros on the clock. Other teams like Fort Benning, I've seen a couple guys down there that's been there for years. They play the same way. But me, I'm more into elevating. Like, whatever installation I'm at, I'm trying to elevate that installation. I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything, but Maxwell was one of the top teams in the country. I left Maxwell, not to nothing. I moved to Eglin. Eglin nobody was even talking about Eglin before I got to Eglin. Eglin wasn't coming to nationals, none of that. Now I got to Eglin. I started the program over. My first year there, man, we got new jerseys. They hadn't had new jerseys in years. They were still wearing the ones that you reverse. Like, we don't even wear those no more. They wearing them big sports like Mike get us all Air Force.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, Mike get everybody tails on all Air Force. But yeah, it's a different kind of grind for me now. So like I said, I've turned this program around with help from coaches like Larry Haynes. He's had a big hand in it and helping me out.
Larry.
Yeah, that's my guy. It's just a different why for us military basketball. Like I see my man Rail in here, Tate, over at Gordon. As y'all know, Gordon had fell off the map for the past few years. Tate got Gordon up this year alone.
Oh yeah.
And they're one of the top teams in the country. And he just started that team up this year. So it's stuff like that right there. You know what I'm saying? I respect that. I respect Coach Way too. Not throwing any shade, but I'm saying I respect that grind more for those guys who starting at the bottom and making their way all the way to the top.
No, you speaking the truth. I totally agree. Like, but I look at those like I'm playing the CMAC, like when Fort Gordon was in the CMAC. If I'm in league play, you play with your team. I can understand that being a pure roster. If you're in any type of league play, I play in the CMAC, the WAMAC, those I understand. You have to play with your team. You were excellent. But any type of tournament shouldn't be that way.
Right.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Because it should be the best of the best, because you may fall in the losers bracket. You know, back in the day, you lose your first game, you gotta play 6-7 games.
Yes.
I can't go in the trenches. With guys like that, and I don't pay my money. We here tournament, so maybe clarify that. I ain't meaning the league play. The league play, I totally understand.
Yeah.
You on Fort Gordon, you should play with Fort Gordon. You know those type of leagues. That's why it's a league. Just like you just play your little unit levels, they want you to play with your unit. But in any type of tournament, military tournament, I don't understand why we have to have a pure roster.
Can I chime in on that real quick?
Like national, like I said, for national, it's the best base team. That's
That's what I was getting at. The National Military Basketball Tournament, we're crowning a national champion, which we're saying is the best military varsity team in the country.
So why you can't have 3 to 4 players that represent that, and then everybody else is what y'all call y'all free agents then?
Well,
i.e. a base that don't have a team, like Fort Lewis. Fort Lewis got 3 All-Army guys up there. They don't have a base team.
Well, they do.
So,
they're just not active.
No. A base team like y'all all NWR sponsor or whatever. Fort Gordon is not NWR sponsor.
I can tell you right now, probably in teams that's come to the national, there's probably maybe out of the 70 plus teams out there may be only maybe 10 or less that are MWR sponsored, to be honest with you. Everybody's paying out of their pocket, some way, shape, or form.
Well, yeah. Well, what then I was saying, so to me,
even at Lackland, where, hey, I pretty much fund them. We pretty much fund them probably about 90%.
Okay, yeah. So what about Fort Gordon?
They still pay money out of their pocket. Some of the players, they still pay for their own plane tickets. If we're traveling. Now I can provide a bus for them or a van, but a lot of guys nowadays they not grinding like we used to grind. Get in that van and drive 15, 16 hours. These cats don't do that no more. They have to spend their money. Hey, I'll fly Southwest and we'll get over there.
To me, like a tournament you have in the Nationals, it's a great tournament. I love it. It should broadcast all the players. That's just my opinion. For the armed forces coaches, whoever to see them, college coaches. Hell, Bernard James is playing the NBA and he got seen playing armed forces. You can get looked at, but I feel like with all these restrictions for a big tournament like that, i.e. some of those guys at Fort Lewis, guys that don't really have teams and they want to join with other people, but they're restricted to join.
No. They're not. They're not. Every player can play. It's just the teams that pick them up. You only can pick up 2. But
why just 2?
Okay, let's talk about the MWR. Let's talk about the MWR rule.
Correct. Yeah.
When you go back to varsity, you talk about varsity sports. In the regulation, it tells you a percentage of how many people can be
non-military
on that roster. That's what happened with
everywhere.
No, but that's what happened with Capital Classic. That's
But
what we
these
talk
guys
about
are
the capital.
military.
No,
I'm talking about guys that
no.
are military that don't have a post team.
And they're eligible to get picked up and play. What you think we've been doing? This is our
Yeah,
14th year in the thing.
but you're
That's how.
saying y'all eligible to pick up 2 players. Why can't Fort Sam Houston pick up 4 guys from Fort Lewis? Fort Lewis has no post team, no nothing. But they got a bunch of talent up there, so they got to take all their time. They're playing together up there, about 4 or 5 of them, and they got to come and they got to disperse, go to different bases just to be eligible. When they want to just join, why we just can't all just go to Fort Sam Houston? The coach will all want us to play and go play there, so we can play in the national tournament. Why only 2 of us?
Well, I'm about to tell you because it goes back to what you said before. Remember what you just said when you were playing? If somebody wouldn't play for somebody else, are you gonna allow that person to come back on your team, on your base team? Now, let's say, for instance, I'll just use any team. We say Fort Sam. Let's say, for instance, Fort Sam has a team and they've been on the grind all year. They've been on the grind all year. Then for the national, Cal got to tell 5 of his guys, you ain't gonna be in play because I'm bringing 4 cats from Joint Base Lewis McCord. Now, what about them guys that's been on the team the whole time? They got cut now. They don't put money, like you talking about. They don't put money in this season, and they've been traveling all year. But for the one tournament, the national tournament, I can't play with you. I've been riding with you for 8 months, but now all of a sudden you can bring 4 all-Army guys to cut me.
Yeah, it used to be like that all the time. So that's the coach's decision.
Bruh, for real? Hell no.
That's the coach.
That's why we limit it.
Mike, I don't. You can use it if you want. I'm just over here brainstorming. So you talk about this free agent rule for your tournament.
Cool.
I think, and this is me talking as a player. If anybody wants to be a free agent, they send their name to you, and you have a free agent pool. And then the coaches that are invited to that tournament can pick from that pool. You can't pick nobody else if they ain't in that pool.
I hear that. That's how I run my intramural program. We have a players pool, and I'm pretty sure Trey can tell you that we have a players pool. Actually, Colton was a player in the players pool this year.
Yeah, I heard
in intramurals.
I heard they lost it.
Get my head beat.
For real.
They ain't gonna shame.
But so I hear that because like I said, I sit up and watch it, and when I be having my intramurals and I be watching, and I just sit up and look at teams, and some players just got it, some don't. Some is one player that's here, he's not even a service member, but he can go. He's out of the Ritter. And I just watch him get his head. He got to score 30 points a night to try to get a win. And like Colton, I'm sure he doesn't get it always. And he just side-eyed me. I just shake my head. But it's in some instances it works. In other instances it don't. Right. So it's almost subjective for us for what we're talking about because it's more so. Like I'm very sure we don't hear a player that's winning even in those instances saying, I gotta drop 30 a night in order for us to get us a win. A win is a win, and most people take it. So I'm a big person on if like same thing like Timo was saying. Basically, we lost. We played against these people. We lost. I ain't got nothing to say. We competed because if we would have walked away with a dub over some of the 7 best players in military basketball, we celebrating. So I look at it as say I'm not if once you step in them lines, it is what it is. And either you walk away with the dub or you don't, but there's no reason to complain about
it. That's it. If I was 10 years younger, I would whoop Colt, Trap, Ryan, Wayne. I would tear their ass up. Trey, that's on everything I love. I would love to play against them. Like that's the dog in me. Like, oh, he's playing with. So what? Let him fucking play. I want to see them because you know what happens, and this is what I hate. They don't play together. That team that's been winning don't play in the tournaments or whatever. when it comes down to it, we all in the locker room. Yeah, y'all won it, but if I would have had my squad, we'd have won it.
Mm.
You can't say nothing. You can't say nothing. You got to hear that mouth the whole time instead of saying, "Once y'all put y'all this so-called team in there, and let's see what happens." That you know what? That makes a tournament so live because it's a must see. That's how I used to be back when I was playing. It was must see. You want to see this. Now it is what it is. You know.
So, to play anti-advocate to that, is it more gratifying to say, like Timo was saying, that installation team or those players that are like lackluster, or even let's say for Colton in his instance, as a free agent, having to simply pick up a team and try to put them on his back, isn't it more gratifying to build them to a competitive team and maybe even win with them, as opposed to the going in with, like you said, the players with the same IQ of the top players and doing that to where it becomes expected? Wouldn't it be more? Isn't it more gratifying? Isn't that what we grow after to get that feeling, or is it just always the championship?
Trey, I'm gonna tell you like this. In military basketball, is either you win or you lose. Nobody cares who dropped 30, 50s, and that. All they care about is who won and who lost. That's it. So all that gratification. Now, what Timo's saying, like I said, it's good for the, you want to bring some guys up, but I'm not with the teaching mode when I'm trying to win. When I'm a hooper, like meet me Saturday morning, gym. When I go on Saturday morning, when the gym open up and I'm there, let me see you come there and get these shots up and work out with me. That's my teaching moment. Once we get on,
let me
caveat.
I'm a caveat what Ron just said. I just been listening really, but because he already know how I feel. But just like what he just said, I play with Lackland. We went all the way to the championship, but not with my regular team. We lost, and people act like that ain't never happened. They act like I ain't never play with Lackland, like I ain't never go to the championship, like I ain't never be Fort Hood with Lackland. And look, so winning obviously is the end all be all. I ain't get no gratification for losing in the championship. they Lackland. They don't talk about it. They just say Colton play on SAC teams, boom, boom, boom. They act like I ain't never played at Lackland the whole time I was there. And you know why? It's because I lost. And y'all can tell me I'm lying. Because how many times I sat on here and they say all I do is play on SAC teams. However, I played on Lackland, but I lost. And they just ignore that whole fact. So if y'all tell me I'm lying. So Ron is 100% right. And he know I agree with him on everything. So I'm a winner. I didn't start playing basketball when I was however old to lose. I'm gonna put myself in the best position to win.
Hey, Coach. So to answer Trey's question, which championship meant more to you, winning the Classic or winning the NBA Finals last year? Because those guys you won the NBA Finals with, y'all grinded all year.
Yeah, but that same team won the Classic outside of CB. We had a CB, but guess what? It felt just as good.
Hey, you talking like CB just ordinary Joe.
No, CB's tough.
I mean, that cat's probably the best.
Hey, but everybody in the tournament had the opportunity to add somebody. We added one person.
We ain't talking about that.
Hey,
he a tough.
Hey, that's like saying, hey, we won. We only added one person. We added Ron Bartley.
Hey, you might want to try to be a position, bro, because you good at night.
You added 40 points per game to the roster. Not a big deal. We added Ron Bartley. He giving everybody 40.
That's because I had to. If I have to do it, I'm
just using that as an analogy. I'm just saying, the way Coach put out, he's like, hey, we just added CB. Like CB was 2 points per game and 1 rebound.
But what other format would I ever be able to play with CB ever?
Well, now it would be the format that's getting ready to go down. So, yeah.
Yeah, so it was the one time I ever got to play with CB. I'm never gonna be able to play with him in Armed Forces. I'm never gonna play with him in pretty much anything else, really. Nationals can't do it. So I mean, the one time I added him, and it caused all this.
Yes, sir.
Trey, we got the commissioner right now on the screen of the national tournament, which I said I give rated three tournaments in the military. It's the Armed Forces tournament, best tournaments I've played: Armed Forces, Capra Classic, and the Nationals.
Mm-hmm.
To me, the Nationals should showcase everybody. So we used to say this. We used to call the Nationals, back when it first started, the Capra Classic for the West. Because on the East Coast, you get all the East Coast teams from Florida up to New York to play in the Capra Classic. We didn't get the Fort Hoods, the Carsons, JBLM. We didn't get those type of teams on that side. But you come to the Nationals, you get all the Texas teams and all that. So that was our Capra Classic on that side. So we got Mr. Richardson here. To me, he should say, you know what? F everything. May the best man win. Play where you want to play who you want to play with, and let's get it done. Like, let's go ahead and because as a coach, for me to look at, I want to see everybody. And I feel like you can't see everybody because everybody ain't gonna play because of this and that. Like my assistant coach RJ, who's bringing the team all the way to Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, his pool of choices is but then him being an all-Army coach, he's gonna have connects. He's gonna have some of the players who want to play with him. Why I can't see all these players, Mike? I want to scout too. I want to see the Air Force. I want to see the best of the Marines, the Navy. Like, I understand but I feel like if you go back to the old ways, I guarantee you this tournament would be off the chain.
I'm tracking where you're going, because again, that's where we started in 2009 when we started. You do remember when Coach Red brought the All-Marine team.
Yep,
that was his All-Marine team that got beat by Lackland, base team. Okay. Also around that time, that's when we brought in, Micah brought in his All-Navy prospects. They played in the national because that's how we started. Remember, if you recall, that's how we started it.
Oh, I remember.
And then that was the purpose. Remember, the purpose of the national at the beginning it wasn't about the national championship. It was about almost having that
showcasing
Armed Forces showcase combine type deal, where we had all the armed service coaches there, and everybody was watching the talent that we had in the military. And it as the game has changed, though, Ron. See, that's the thing. The game has changed. Everything has changed. Now, back in those days in 2009, you were still playing. Look at the difference now. The athletes and the players are cut from a different cloth. They don't believe in the same.
What's that gonna do? But then they don't play. You want dogs, Mike. You want Timo. You're a dog. I can see right now, from all the years I know you, you'll play with anybody, against anybody. You don't care. As long as you got a basketball, 4 other players with you want to hoop, you gonna hoop anywhere. We playing outside. You a dog. You what I consider a dog. The heyday. You just want to play against the best players that's there, because once you beat them, you got bragging rights.
You have to,
correct?
And you're right on that. But from a leadership standpoint, from up here, in a tournament director standpoint, I just can't look at it like, hey, I just want dogs in my tournament. No, because you know what? Hey, you know what? My commander don't care about if it's dogs or what. You want this money? You go get as many people as possible to come and participate in this organization. You of all
Mike,
people
but
know this. Now let's
you would
let's
still
go.
you would
Let's go
still
back.
get the players. You would
Hold
still get the
on.
players.
Ron, let's go back. Let's just look at one thing. This past Armed Forces basketball tournament. What did you think about how it was put on, how it was ran from top to bottom? Where would you rate it? 1 through 5. 5 being the best to 1.
2.5.
2.5.
Yeah.
Now,
Mm.
when you come to my National Military Basketball Tournament, my National Military Basketball Tournament is ran a lot better than Armed Forces was ran. Do you got to go run and check the clock every possession? Do you have the scorekeeper sleeping at the table?
But that's different though, Mike. You can't compare that because
no. I'm doing
it's at
that.
a different base.
No. What you're talking about, I'm talking about from a tournament director standpoint. I can't look at it from a player and just look at it from a player standpoint. I got to look at it from an organizational standpoint, from top
Mike,
to
but
bottom.
what does that got to do with having the best players play at the tournament?
Hold on, Mike. Hold on. I think this could be solved by having another tournament. So let National on the best base team.
Yeah.
And then you have
and that's what the AAU doing. That's what
bring in the best guys. The best
and
guys.
That's the purpose of the AAU / Battle of the Badges tournament. You got them all. Yep. You got a CAC, you can play. You can play with whoever, whenever you want to play. After the National, April 30th, from May 1st to July 6th, get on your grind. Put your teams together. Man up. Put your money where your mouth is.
But all those tournaments not going to be as organized as the Nationals, Mike.
And that sounds good, but we just think
this one will be. It will be. That AAU tournament, you got a backing. You got a solid backing. That tournament's going to be well put together. Trust me. I wouldn't be involved in it if it was going to be some okie doke stuff. I don't work like that.
It was straight last year. I mean, it could have been some better players that was representing the post, because here y'all on ESPN, you got some of them teams of them guys like they ain't never been in the military their whole entire life.
And we're gonna work on that. That was the initial year. But now, I mean, when Wayne brought me on, now I'm gonna tap into my outlets, my connects, to make that tournament better. I mean, they got an outstanding platform to start with. AAU, so they got the financial backing. Now all I need to do is get the people. And that's where I could utilize my strengths to enhance that tournament to make it to where it needs to be.
How many teams participate in this tournament?
Right now, I think we look at like 40 slots, but that's including the women's division also. Like I said, this tournament is big. It's gonna be big, man. I already have a bunch of people hit me up, say that they're interested in coming.
I might have to take leave, man.
So we got the venues
down in the rough.
Yeah, and the venue has 8 courts, so there'd be 8 games going on at one time.
We got the venue.
Yeah, I've been down there.
With 30 teams, I can put that together.
Trey, what you think about all that?
I'm trying to get in where I fit in. I have a line. So I went to school at Full Sail, which is just up the street. And Full Sail is a huge back, and they actually have a program ran from ESPN for sports podcasting. I went to school for sports marketing and media. But hell, I'm just looking at my chops, like saying I'm trying to get in where I fit in. Okay, so I don't play anymore. But I mean, anywhere in which I could play, tournaments, all that type of stuff. That's my background, what I do. So it sounds like, and then of course, listening to y'all, it checks all the blocks for this whole conversation which we having today, that we've been having over the course of the last month or so. It checks all the blocks. This is exactly what players want to play. The women just spoke last night. Of course, their situation is a little bit different from the male perspective, but it all comes down to the same thing. So I think this is a grand gesture. It's going to put everything now. It puts the prowess back on the individual. Yeah, it puts the prowess back on the individual. This is what you asked for. This is what you got. Now it's time for you to sit up and kind of get in with where you fit and get the people that you need to basically get into this tournament and so come play. Exactly what everyone been standing on the desk about. Rick James kicking the couch. Now you have it.
All I know is just so we throw it out there, it's open, and we say, "Oh,
yeah, it's open."
This the tournament.
Clear your fight.
This the tournament. Everybody's saying, "Okay, bring the best team."
Wayne bringing his squad.
With the Capital Classic, what happened in the Capital Classic?
Wayne coaching.
Look, all hell broke loose because we brought CB. So just know we ain't gonna be hearing none of that in this tournament. There ain't no drama. If you lose,
y'all got to go off a different name though, Coach. Y'all need a different name, man. Y'all can't be
no Cougars.
What's
the team name?
Yeah, y'all got
we
Mighty Cougars.
Hey, we not a real team. Don't even worry about it. We
right now on Elm Street.
Hey, Coach, if y'all looking for a team, I know a guy.
Hey, what Mike said, I'm a free agent, man.
Hey, Mo.
So
I will say this. So, like, the interest that people been showing, like I said, I think we're gonna be. I know we're gonna at least get 20 teams. I know we'll at least get 20. Trying to get 30. But even if we don't get those 30, man, I mean, we have so many roads that we can go down with this tournament, man. We can open it up to a 40 and over team. 50 and over
divisions. Yeah.
Whoa.
For the retirement. As long as you don't have no
get these shoes back on,
then you can play. We ain't trying to mess up. Nobody's 100%. So
be on ESPN and be like, yo, I just got that man. PNT.
Pacemakers, no screws. all limbs must be attached. And then you good to play, man. I mean, hey, this can be really big, man. We're looking out for everybody that has put that uniform on, man. We just trying to show our respect. And like I said, plus I think it'll be funny to see, some of the out there. I tried Mike at a camp last year, man. I ain't think he had it in him, but he knocked down 2 free throws and made us run for it. Boom.
Boy, I might have to make that move then. Dang.
See, it gets those juices going. Like, man, this is like, even if not to be a part of it, just to go there and witness it and see it. You know what I'm saying? It's something that you can go and talk about. It'll be like, you know what? I pulled into this tournament where it was finally all the top talent opportunity, ain't nothing but air opportunity, and someone went ahead and a couple of people went ahead and sucked the air out the atmosphere. Or you go stand on the sideline and just continue. So now it seems like there's no way possible anyone can have anything to say. Just like Coach said, I want to hear nothing at all. Now it's up. What you gonna do?
There's a venue for everybody. Everybody.
Yeah, I would go to scout though. So I would go just to scout. I give a damn about all the other stuff that's going on. Yeah, I want to see some of the talent.
It's a good time frame too for the tournament. I think because it's right in the middle of the Mike tournament, and it's kind of right in the middle of when Armed Forces selection is going to start happening. When we start getting ready.
Damn Mike tournament, man. I don't want to hear nothing about the Nationals no more.
Yeah.
He says it.
If we can't get the best of the best at the Nationals, I don't want to talk about the Nationals no more.
So I will ask this, Coach.
It'll be good, man.
Coach B, I'll ask this real quick. Hold on, right quick, Coach. Before I ask this, Coach B, is there no advantage whatsoever to seeing the best players from an installation, from a standpoint of a coach for the all Army, all Navy, all that, to see the best players from an installation? Is that not an advantage as opposed to seeing them compete against one another in a format for the best versus the best?
No, I mean I joke around. The Nationals, if I'm gonna go there and see a pure roster, let's just say Colt is playing with Lackland or whatever. Mm-hmm. So, and I didn't know Colt. My objective to see is his attitude. his mannerisms, the things he do, when he's not playing or how he's reacting to players that's not on his level. Because if I'm looking at the guy and I do his background check, I know he played D1. I obviously know he can play, but does he have a good attitude? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So the Nationals, it is a good tournament because if I'm going in to look, I'm looking at a top player playing with some guys that's just not there. So I'm gonna see what he's gonna do. Is he gonna pick them up? Is he gonna mope because they're not on his level? You get what I'm saying? So not necessarily looking at his skill level. Now I already know he can hoop, but he's playing with some guys that can't hoop. So I want to see what he's gonna do. Is he gonna be a team player? Is he gonna pick up like Timo said earlier about his team being at Eglin and things like that? You got players like that. I want to see. Can you lift them up? So now your character is going to be far more than you averaging getting 30 and 50 and things like that because, coach tell you, I don't care about scoring. I only want defense. I can make you a scorer. Anybody can score if you run the right plays. But everybody can't play D. Everybody can't be a team player. You're on the end of the bench. I tell guys about the guy we had, Randall James. Mother didn't play. Rarely and never said a word. Always motivated. Those are the type of players I want in my program. So
You lit our
the
ass up,
national,
though.
yeah. He had it coming. It was built in. He was just ready. But yeah, the Nationals. I'm a joke with Mike and all that. But yeah, it's a great tournament because, like I said, from a coach's standpoint, I can see players at their worst elements. You know what I'm saying? Not playing with the guys they want to play with, so you can shine. I'm saying you playing some guys that they can't play. So let me see what your attitude gonna be like, because not everybody gonna play all armor. So
trade a caveat off of that. Ron is exactly right. One thing when you talk about getting applications at the all service level, everybody, according to their applications, they get buckets. But there are things that we are looking for at the National Military Basketball Tournament, or the all service coaches. What we're looking for those intangibles. Because one thing about playing all service basketball, you only got 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks to take 20, 23 individuals and make them into a team of 12.
We got about 3.5 weeks, but go ahead.
Well, great. They got a month.
We had
Okay. Everybody got 10 days. All right. So you got to go in, you got to be able to make that team or form those individuals into cohesive units to form as a team. So you got to look for those other little things. What does a player do? I want to see a Timo playing with guys that clearly might not be on his league. How is he picking them up? Does he make them a better player? What's his attitude like? What's his character like? Is he a leader? Is he going to be a good teammate? Or is he going to be that person who's going to come in and be combustible, be selfish? There's a time and place for everything. But those are the things that we look for at that level. That basketball, when you're talking about going to different levels and ascending to those levels, those are things that are coming. And the National Military Basketball Tournament is just a foundation for that. Gives us opportunity to just get guys in the gym. Which leads me on to what Ron talked about, best of the best. Leads me to this. The inaugural National Military Basketball Tournament going to have an all-star game. Top 24. And who we're going to pick? Who's going to pick the players? The coaches. The coaches will submit 2 players from each team, from their roster, to play in an all-star game. Now, the catch to that all-star game is it's going to be only active duty, guard, or reserve that could be selected, meaning those people that can compete at the armed forces level. We're not going to have the DOD civilians because they can't play in armed forces. We're not going to have contractors playing in that all-star game because they can't play in armed forces. We want the people that can participate so that if the all armed forces coaches an opportunity to see strictly pure guys that can play at the next level. Hey, that guy's Army. Oh, that guy's in the Navy. That guy's a Marine. He's Coast Guard or whatever. And the caveat to that is Mo Apparel is going to do the All-Star jerseys. We wait to see what that's going to look like. Mo Apparel will be doing the jerseys.
Yes, sir.
But that is part of that game is going to be played on Sunday, April 30th at 10 o'clock before the consolation game. So we're going to have the inaugural National Military Basketball Tournament All-Star game, which the players are selected by their coaches, and probably the losing coaches from the quarterfinal rounds will probably be coaching those two teams.
Hey, Mike, I want to ask you a question. So you letting the coaches select those two players? Don't you think it's going to be some favoritism?
On their coaches for their teams.
Yeah. You don't think it's going to be some favoritism, Joe?
Yeah,
Well,
the coaches should select two players from any other team, not their own team, Mike.
No, everybody's going to put two players in the pot. 16 teams, 32 players. The only
Yeah, they're
players
gonna
that
put
can't
their-
participate are going to be those 8 that's playing in the Final Four. So you take
So
them
you
out.
should you should say choose these players, but they cannot be from your team. You know what I'm saying? If I'm from Fort Gordon, I want to look good, so I want to have two players in the All-Star game. I'm gonna vote two of my players.
No. Y'all are missing the point here.
We see what you said. It's going to be favoritism with the coaches
Yeah.
pick.
Favoritism for what?
They might not pick
Because
the
I get to pick. Yeah, I get to pick
Clearly,
my
they're
two
going
best.
to pick the best players off their roster.
But
Yeah, that's
best they think might not be the best player that somebody else
not be the best player. Exactly.
I-
You don't pick your own players.
But no. We just talking about picking two players from everybody. Everybody's gonna pick two players off their team. Day one, before the tournament even start. When you come in on Thursday for the coaches meeting, I'm gonna pass around the rosters. You will then pick your two players, put them back in.
What Z said? Coaches should pick from other teams. That's how you make an All-Star team.
That's great that Z says that. Z is not a player.
You might. That's your problem, man. You don't want to take
Hey, Z.
those goddamn.
Thank you, Z.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But Trey, back to what you were saying. Being that they're gonna have this tournament down in Orlando, it solidifies a lot of things because now you had the Capital Classic where you can see talent, player to player. You got the Nationals where you can see a player's attributes, his real attributes, because now he has to be a team player because he's probably playing with guys
Like
not on his level.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then you come down to Orlando and from what I'm hearing, you're going to see the best of the best, teams put together. So now I'm going to see you shine. So that's real good.
And then to look at that also is, well, it's going to be, of course, there's going to be other intricacies if you think about it, because if I'm going after Colton has the choice to play with whoever he wants. So you know what I'm saying, or you know what I'm saying, T-Mo, you have an opportunity to play with whomever they want. So it's like you're gonna maybe year to year you get to see different combinations of players coming up as it comes, because it's like, okay, I played with this team last year, wasn't feeling it. Let me go play with Coach Ron's team. So that's also what's going to come into play. Like it's going to look different potentially every year, depending on if it has in the entirety of the tournament, to where it gets to a point where it's like, you know what, this team just like almost like a military TBT in a sense, to where it's like, okay, we're gonna keep on running it back. We're gonna run it back with them. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna roll it back with the Krugers. The Krugers is running back. We coming back, and then every year, you just like the Lakers. Hey, we find a way to bring someone in that's gonna bridge the gap. So that's what you get, and that's exciting. I'm sorry, I just have to find a way to plug it. But that's how you get an opportunity to bridge the gap, and now you continue. And so you're going to continue. It builds. I'm big on competitive. Yeah,
it's military AU basically.
Yeah, it's competitive. It's built on competitiveness. So every year I get an opportunity. It's like, yeah, I see Team Kruger over there. What team can I build to knock off Team Kruger?
No.
So in other words, now we got a rotation going on with these
like
these
at the Rockets.
Yeah, so you got so that right there would be a whole lot better now, because if it ends with the Nationals, That's just not good. Not good from a coach's perspective. Like but oh shit.
Haley.
Coach, get your homeboy, Coach.
Got a spot over here.
Look at Colton did the GM bag. Like, hey, I got 3 MREs for you. Come on, Mike. That was a little extra. I was just saying.
Hey, what Mike told Z?
Oh my goodness. So
Mike don't want to take no constructive criticism on his.
Bro.
That's your tournament though.
No.
That's your
I'm
tournament.
trying to tell you. It goes back to what you stated from the get. That is the thing. I am listening.
Mm-hmm.
I am changing. Think about all the changes that's happened. It ain't because I just get up and make this stuff up. I'm listening to y'all, to the masses.
I
You know?
Mike, all right, if you look at Mike, you seen Eggman play, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the 2 players that you would pick off Eggman might not be the same 2 players that I would pick as a coach. And you've seen multiple times.
I get, but for me, I hear everything you're saying. But here's what I'm talking about. In regards for me, I don't really care who you pick.
We know that, Mike. We just talking about the structure of it. Like the structure is backwards. That's what we're saying.
Okay, so how would you go about having other people pick players that they don't even know?
No, Mike. First of all, if you're gonna have an all-star game, you can't designate 2 players before the tournament even start.
No, this is based upon their body of work throughout the season, not just based on the tournament.
Okay, well that's even better. So those players, like they say, hey, I take Colt, I take T-Mo. To me, those are 2 guys I picked from another team that gave me buckets, that killed me. That's how you vote an all-star. I'm not gonna pick my 2 guys. I'm gonna pick other guys that did work.
I get you, but that's not what this all-star game is about. This all-star game is not about the best players in that tournament. It's picked prior to the tournament. We're gonna have the names picked.
Mike, you gotta think about it though. You gotta see what these.
We don't have time for that. We got 3 days. We have 3 days.
Look,
so in other words, these coaches played all these teams this whole year. You don't think they know the other team's players?
Y'all are taking. I really don't care who picked the players. I'm just trying to make it. You're never going to please everybody. I'm going to pass the thing out. I don't care who they pick. I need to have 24 guys.
That's why I don't coach post level. That's why I don't coach post level. They always talk about pleasing. I give a hootenanny ball them jokers. No, man. It ain't about pleasing.
And so
you can't please.
You're never gonna please everybody.
Let me say
so it gets to the point. I'm doing something basically to the All-Star game was brought about to give opportunity.
You sound like the NBA, Mike.
You did.
You doing what the NBA doing. So you Mike Myers Jr. You acting like Mike Myers Jr., Mike. Come on now. You well, I'm gonna hit my boy Little up because you doing what he doing. That's what they did. Come on, Mike. You gotta be different, Mike. You can't just have a game. And these coaches know these players. They know them. Y'all know them. These coaches, and just put the names in and say, hey, the only stipulation is you cannot pick nobody from your team. And y'all put in the hat and y'all go about your business. Y'all trying to base something off a team of different leagues and what they did.
Hey,
they own players.
I get it.
That's just my opinion, but
and we'll throw it in there. We'll throw it in there because
Trey, let me go ahead and clarify everything. I'm not an NBA fan. You go ahead and get you this. I'm not part of NBA. Nothing. Go ahead and get it out the way. I don't affiliate with NBA.
I'm just saying I don't. You know that's a totally different subject. So what we'll do on Thursday for the coaches meeting, I'll let the coaches do it. I'm gonna take care of the official meeting. player meeting, and then they decide how they want to do it. Just give me 24 names so Timo can do some jerseys on Sunday. And I'll be in the bleachers, I'll be in the stands watching the talent.
They'll replay this right here. They'll say, you know what, that's a great idea. Every coach pick players from different teams. That's how they do it.
Mike, I want to ask you a question. So you were saying that the All-Star game is going to be based off of what they've done in the season, right? Don't you think it'll make more sense to base it off what they did in the biggest tournament?
No.
Yeah, my defensive player.
Games guaranteed.
My 3-point shooter.
First games is enough to tell who the All-Star.
I will tell you this because everybody ain't watching those games.
Watching what games?
At the National. They're not watching those. Coaches ain't watching other teams. The way the pool's set up, hey, it's games from 8.
Yeah. No. Mike, you're right. Yeah, go ahead and pick it for the.
Hold on, Ron. Before I get, it's a little different. It's a different setup when we talk about Armed Forces because Armed Forces you're playing the whole week. We don't kind of have that time where we actually see all the teams. Every player.
I agree with you. I just said I don't agree with the coaches picking their own players.
Yeah, so I get that, but in for sake of for time, because the National Military Basketball Tournament is only 3 days.
Yeah.
So I kind of just brought the idea about to hey, maybe the coaches would pick their best players who may have Armed Forces potential. That's what I'm going about. The coaches like, hey, because I hear from coaches all the time say, hey, I got this guy at this base on my base team. I think he's all Air Force caliber. And they'd be like,
Claiborne, man, I got you, bro. We just had a conversation the other day, man.
Basketball?
Yeah. I got y'all, man.
Claiborne at Fort Polk? Yeah, Fort Polk?
Yeah, he here.
So that's why, Timo, in regards to that, we just don't have the time. Now, I'll let y'all, hey, when I leave y'all in the war room, all the coaches, and y'all.
Hey, Trey.
32 names.
Hey, Trey, I think we should take the idea that Timo said. I thought about it. I'm gonna say it. If Mike don't want to be like the NBA and just make this tournament on just top level, he should have a draft with all the top 30 free agents. Remember you was talking about that, Timo?
Yeah. And
each coach could go in the draft and pick. Since we're throwing in these free agents like we in the league, we might as well have a free agent draft pick. And the coaches pick, and then it's up to the player to say, okay, I'll come play with you or whatever, and all this kind of stuff. That right there, Mike, because I got some players that want to play in this tournament. Like I ain't gonna say no names. They want to play in this tournament, but they may not want to play for their respected areas because
Hey, then what you said earlier? Then they don't play.
Hey, I got a question though. If
look at Timo.
I got a question. So if they don't got a team though, and they don't got a team on their base, they're not really considered free agents though.
No, because the guys from they ain't free agents because they don't have no team. From Fort Lewis, JBL, yeah.
They can go play where the hell they want to, and they don't count against the numbers.
Correct.
I'm a free agent, but from what I heard, Joint Base Charleston ain't a real team either. If I'm tracking, we was just a made up team that would just enter the DC Capital Classic, right?
Correct.
All right,
that's a whole other conversation.
None of your 2 free agent numbers, so that shouldn't be an issue.
Shouldn't be. I agree with you, Coach.
So from what Mike is saying, I think we spoke about this before. Like the idea of the 2 free agents is to give a team for an opportunity. So somewhere like here, Claiborne Fort Polk doesn't have a team, so not gonna play. But Claiborne can link up with anyone as a player, right? But it's like you said, for the individuals in JBLM, 3 all Army players, they wouldn't be able to be on the same team because 2 of them could be on the same team. But the other one have to
Mike
go
got
with Claiborne on another squad.
Yep.
But why?
Crazy,
Why,
ain't it?
but why couldn't they all three link up together if they're not free agents?
There you go, Claiborne. I told you.
They don't have a team, Claiborne. They just play in some exhibition games. They don't have a team. They ain't playing nobody, no league play. Nothing. What is that over there? What's that over there, Mike? The Pac West?
Hold on. I will say so. There's a
Pacific
couple
West.
haven't played any league games.
They're actually in the Pacific Northwest, an NBA conference.
Oh, okay. We're not gonna
That's
talk about
the
that.
NBA thing. I'm not.
Hold on. We can't bring that up. My contract states we can't bring that up. I have to leave this. Yeah, we don't need to bring that up. But yeah, so
You signed to join the Army? You said that's the only one you
say
signed?
what? Yeah, I got two contracts, Timo. When you get like me, I got two contracts.
Okay, Deontay said no, they haven't played in the league game.
So wait. So
Yeah, I'm about to say yeah.
Let me ask the question.
So all those guys are free agents.
So, but if they don't got a team and they're not free
They
agents,
can play all together.
then they can all play together if they wanted to go with one team.
Is that true, Mike?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. If they're not free agents, they don't count against your cap. They can all go to play for the same team.
What ends up happening is I'm about to tell you. What ends up happening is there's another player that's like right now that's in school. He's in school. He's not assigned to a base. He's in school.
We talking about an Air Force guy?
No, Army guy. Former All-Army point guard, 2019. I'm going to leave it at that.
I
No, I know
know.
what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about. Okay, he's at school. But I guarantee you, I already know this. That guy hasn't played with nobody.
Yeah, he hasn't played with nobody yet.
So who's to say when he shows up on the roster, because it's going to happen. It's going to
He's
happen.
already on the roster, Mike.
Exactly. I know it is.
He's on the
roster right now. But
he's on the roster right now.
Yes, but the locale where he's at school, best believe that coach is going to say something. I already know this.
See, Trey. This is where I'm getting at. The player, Mike. See that's how y'all come up with drama. This is what I'm talking about. That coach don't know the player. The player don't know the coach. The player is never going to want to play for the coach.
And he's good.
So
he's good. But I'm just
okay. So why would you bring?
You're bringing it up to me. I'm just telling you more than what y'all know. I know more than what y'all think I know. I know every player. That's my job to know the players. I know the hoopers. I know where they're stationed at. I know that.
Not in the Army.
Yes. If you got a guy, Ron, we'll talk about this offline because you of all people, I told you your roster before you even had camp.
You thought you told me my roster. That's why y'all lost.
I told you your roster.
No, you thought
got mad. You got mad. But
he told me my roster.
Three guys. I missed like three guys.
If I had my machine hooked up right now, I'll be dropping bombs. Boom, flex bombs.
Hey, Trey, tell me this is
now,
Trey. This is your podcast. So but I feel like all this is Army related. If you ever notice about all this, every issue that's going on is Army related. Now I take it as in we're the black sheet of the services right now.
Oh wow.
Can you?
But y'all, the Army's the reigning champions as well.
Y'all the oldest service. How y'all the black sheep? We the youngest service. Y'all the oldest service.
But we the black sheep. So I feel that all the players in the Army are getting penalized for a lot of stuff. That's just my take on it, Trey. And you Trey, you was Army now.
Okay, so hey, I'm gonna play the game. Now,
look. Here you go.
I'll say this.
Can Trey talk? Mike,
So you know what? I actually had a
Mike.
question. You know what? This may be a perfect forum to ask this question. why is it like we have all service, so the best of the best for the service that are available, obviously. Why has it been a turn in the tide to where now certain teams aren't where they were before, and then now other teams are pushing up? What caused that turn in the tide? What is that? Because now Army is reigning. How many years is Army reigning now?
1
1 year, right?
Oh,
Mike is like, check it. Hold on,
on.
1 year.
Hold on. No. Nobody's ready. But if
2019
you,
Navy won.
Mike, hold on. But if you want to be real with it, Trey, we have been the gold medal game for, I say, what, 7 years straight, Mike? 7 years?
Hey, don't nobody LeBron going to the finals if he don't win.
Say what?
Nobody care
Hold
about
on. Hey, hold on, Trey, hold on.
y'all on
Coach, you gotta go. Trey, Coach, you got a gold medal.
I do. It's shining real bright right now.
Timo, you got a gold medal, Timo?
I do.
All right. In all forces?
Hey,
Huh? You see how you should mute his mic.
hey, you
But Trey, yeah,
Mute.
hey,
I can't say mute.
oh, Mike.
yeah, mute his mic.
Mike,
We gold medals in here. Mute his mic. But yeah, Trey, go ahead.
Yeah, so it's been a turn in the tide, and from what Coach Bartley just said, 7 years running. Although
Well,
how does that happen?
He said, well, hold on, Trey. Let me answer the question
Hold
first.
on. You said, how does that happen?
No.
Oh,
said,
Trey, you read my mind.
Let's go back.
Oh, Mike. Gold medals first. So I'm gonna tell you, and I'm being real. And Mike's gonna caveat off because he's gonna agree with me. When I was playing, the Air Force was winning.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, if people do their research, the Air Force Academy, the team that went to the NCAA tournament, all of them guys played all Air Force.
Mm-hmm.
With Ali, my man Major, my man Marco Gray,
Mm-hmm.
all those cats, the listed side, teamed up with. So it's hard to beat a Division I mid-major. The tournament is a mid-major Division I. We had to beat guys like out of 12 on a roster, 8 of them was from the academy. They all played together for years. They went to the NCAA tournament. They're supposed to win.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not gonna make no excuses, but at that time, the Army was deploying all the time. All the years I never played with somebody back to back.
Okay.
One time. So I never had a clean roster. Like we call it in the Army, we call it a clean roster. The Air Force, oh man, Ali, Major, Bernard James. You can name any Air Force. Them guys played every year. Every year. We was always picking new guys. The turnaround rate was terrible. So now, as you can see, when Obama came in, deployments kind of cut back. Do the math. Go back to 7 years. Oh shit, the Army.
Okay.
So hey, Trey. So we not deploying. So now, like right now, I'm in Korea. My command. Hey, Bartley, you good? You go defend your title. Appreciate that, sir. Okay. So that's what I'm gonna do. Before, oh no, mission first. You ain't going nowhere. Like
yes.
So we get our guys back. We're unbeatable.
Yes.
That's just how we're going back to how it used to be.
I just want to caveat on one thing though.
Okay.
He said 7. He said 7 years gold medal game. So when Timo and Donald came in, they came up at 16. All right.
We smacked them.
16 to 17.
I was assistant coach with Little and Hector.
So 16 to 17. 16 and 17, we made
Quantico Marine Base.
Yeah, so 16 and 17, we made it to the gold medal game. That made 10 consecutive years after 8 consecutive gold medals. I think 10 years is longer than 7.
Oh, and I totally agree. But you're only good as your last game, Mike. But what Trey was saying was he was saying why did the turnover rate? Why did this happen? Like that's what
You're
he was
right.
asking. Like
You're right, Cal. That's a big thing there. They probably don't win. They don't win in 17 if Mike doesn't break his hand. That's a fact.
That's life.
That's how the
You know?
game goes.
Hey, Akeem, and Drexel will have a NBA championship. Might want to go play golf.
If Mike
I
would,
mean,
Hey, since nobody answered the question, I'll answer it for you.
Okay, T-Bone, listen.
I would answer the question, Timo, but go ahead.
Carl Little, he turned y'all program around.
Oh, most definitely.
He turned
He
y'all.
came in the right time.
he changed the program. He did. And what he did is he used the Air Force blueprint because he was Air Force.
Oh my God!
He
No,
gonna
he
tell you that
didn't, man.
himself.
I played for him.
Hey,
We lost in the championship game my last year.
Bro, but
We lost the yard.
he used
Trey,
the
we
Air Force.
lost
He used
my
the Air
last
Force
year.
blueprint.
My last year playing, I was a 38-year-old point guard.
damn.
38-year-old point guard. My last year, started point guard. Went to the championship game. We lost to 8 Air Force Academy guys. I'm gonna put that away. My homeboy Rico Baxter was the coach, but we lost to 8 Air Force Academy guys. 8 now. You only get 12 on the roster. I don't even know the other. I don't know the other guys.
Mike getting the receipts.
Oh, losses. I want to say losses. I mean, so hey,
I'm calling Carl Little right now.
he's not gonna talk to you, Mike.
Our co-founder of National Military Basketball Tournament.
Hey, I need him back. You need him back because if he was back, we wouldn't have these issues.
No, he gonna be here this year. He's gonna be here.
We won't have
coming.
these issues.
He coming.
You need him back. 'Cause y'all Air Force people, y'all can't run shit by yourself. What you got, T?
So, what you was about to say to answer the question, T?
I already
He's
said
about to ask me something crazy, Trey.
No, I just asked
Go
you how
ahead.
many gold medals you got.
Well, oh shit.
Player.
Yeah, Mike can tell you. Well, you want to get my resume?
A simple question. How many gold medals you got as a player?
5.
Okay, respect.
Now I'm the only player. Trey. You ready for this?
I'm listening.
I'm gonna toot my own horn. I'm the only guy in the military that has won armed forces. That's all Army. All armed forces that shaped a SISM, a goal as an assistant coach, and a goal as a head coach. There's nobody in the military has done all that.
Mike ain't do that.
Mike who?
Micah.
Micah? Nah.
Micah won one as a player. He won in 19. He won with you at SISM. He was on your
He
team.
won in SISM. He got it. Yeah, he deals as a shape. Is it? Nah. The Mike never won shape
Yeah,
as a player.
As a player, yes, he did.
When?
He won one.
When?
2010.
2010? I don't know. But yeah, Trey. To answer your question, Timo.
So you and your teammate Micah.
I don't know about the shape one though. But okay, well then Trey, we're gonna go with this then. Since he said Micah, then I've started every team I've been on.
You got stats for everything. You like ESPN.
So Trey, to go ahead, I started. Michael was my backup.
Okay.
That's my boy, but he was my backup all of you.
Hey, Ron, let me ask you a question.
Oh shit, who's this?
Hey, Ron,
Who is that?
hey,
Wayne.
Ron,
Stop playing with. Is that Wayne?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, he curls. Oh Lord.
Who's asking me a question? Go ahead.
Can your Fort Gordon team beat mine?
Which Fort Gordon team?
The one that won nationals.
Yeah. Easy.
Shit.
Yeah.
That would be a heck of a matchup, but
Hey, Timo, what do you think? Hey, I'm gonna always say my team, but Timo's seen both teams.
Yeah,
I saw both teams.
both teams.
Now, mind you, we only had 6 players.
We only got 7.
Hey, y'all was
But
saying.
go ahead, Timo. My bad. Go ahead, Timo.
Just my opinion.
Yeah.
So the team that they had at Capital Classic, and Ron, the team that y'all won nationals with, I would have to give the edge to Wayne's team.
He said it didn't drop. Sumter didn't drop 60 points.
And the reason is CB.
I knew you were going to say that.
Y'all wouldn't have had an answer for y'all would
For who?
CB. Christian Barrett.
Who's that?
Oh, I don't know.
He gave
I
us.
don't know.
He gave
So okay. Now,
actually,
who's gonna who was y'all who's gonna stop Sumter
Nobody.
nobody.
at that time in the military? Nobody in the military can stop Sumter. Nobody. He was so cold. He was so cold. All I do was sit in the corner.
I got a question.
That's all I did, right?
I did that too. I was his teammate. I sat in the corner.
I just sit in the corner. Like he was the Kyrie Irving in the military. Could nobody stop him? He was just a ball hall.
Hey, Ron, I got a question. Who you was guarding?
When?
Who you was guarding on our team? 'Cause
Boy,
I hope you won't coming this way.
Nah, if I was a guard, anybody would be trapped.
oh, you locking that up?
He's a one-horse pony. He just can shoot. That's it. That's all Trapp can do is shoot.
He been doing the scouting reports. He
Who
already
guarded?
Hey Trey, if he take more than 2 dribbles, it's a turnover.
Who guarded
So-
me then?
Say what?
Who's
See,
guarding
I at that time Ollie was at his good stage, so I would put Ollie on you. You gonna get yours? Hold on, you gonna get yours, but Ollie's gonna get his.
Don't get his.
And at that time, Ollie's crossover triple threat was the Nazi's in the military. Couldn't nobody stop his
Still
triple
got a
threat.
tough triple threat though. He still do got a tough.
Yeah. And think about this now. This is years ago. Like when he was thinner, you couldn't stop him.
Yes.
And then I had the best rebounder in the military. Bernardo Harris. Ask anybody. He was the best rebounder in the military.
We got the best military. We got the best rebounder in the military right now.
Who?
CB, the one that gave about 20 in armed forces, 20 rebounds.
I don't know that guy, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you do. We played against him.
Wayne. Yeah. I mean, it'd be something to see. Yeah, I mean, it'd be something to see. But Wayne was your coach, so Wayne don't have a clipboard, so therefore I take us by 5. Yeah, we'll take.
He don't need one.
Yeah, because y'all just do what y'all want to do.
He got it up
game's
here.
The game's up here, bro.
He got it right here.
Shit. Trey, what you got for us, Trey?
So,
What you got for us, Trey?
This is great.
Coach Mike, you was able to see both teams. What's your take on it? Team Wayne or team Bartley?
I have to go with that Fort Gordon team.
Oh, that's my boy right there.
The
That's
old
my
heads
boy.
always gonna stick together. You already know how that goes.
No. We have to give his reasons why. You have to give his reasons why. Why, Mike?
I will tell you, their 3 wings, their three outside players, they was in their prime. You had Ollie in their prime. You had Ron Bartley, just Ron pulling 25, 26 feet, and then you had no one that could stay in front of Sumter. They don't like him. They didn't like him, but the cat, no one could stay in front of him.
You heard what Phil said. That Fort Gordon team had no weakness.
What was our weakness? What our weakness was? I hear a lot of complaining about our team. It sounds like it's the same team for real.
You see, Trey?
What our weakness is?
These are conversations I have, and this is why I be wanting them to have that team and put them in the nationals or big tournaments, because you can't say nothing when they're winning. But look at Pate talking about some man. But y'all had a lot of weaknesses.
Ron, stop
What
playing.
is? What's one of them?
No.
I want to hear one.
So
Let's say the weakest
if
link.
y'all
that Wayne them had on their team probably was the grease that he used in his hair that they.
Oh my God.
I don't know what he used, but yeah, them curls.
So
Hold on. What
I
was y'all at the Capital Classic? What was y'all closest game? Who was y'all closest game? Was it Bragg?
No, we won every game double digits. We ain't lose one game single digits. I don't even remember which one.
I will say this real quick. Minus CB, both teams, both rosters participate in the national.
Who?
I was hurt.
Their team played in the national last year. Wayne's team played in the national last year. They didn't win it.
Time out. Tell the whole story.
And Mike, they had a lot of hurt people. They had a lot of hurt people.
The whole story, Mike. I didn't play for I was hurt in the very first game.
Yeah, they had a lot of hurt people.
Hey, Ron, what you tell me about Mike Lyons?
But you saying the team's full strength. You saying the team full strength though. We ain't talking about if somebody hurt.
So with that being said, Mike, you might as well let them just come on in and improve themselves.
We don't have nothing to prove. We'll prove it in Orlando.
No, Wayne. Y'all are the talk of all of social media. I'm tired of hearing this.
I know, but
talk.
So
I think as a Hooper, we can't wait for Orlando, Trey. We want to see this. We want to see this in San Antonio at the Nationals. Right now, that's the second Mecca. We want to see this. We want to see Wayne bring his team. I'm for it because I'm telling you, I got a guy right now. I ain't gonna. He told me straight up. He just want to play against them. Like now, he only want to play in the tournament. And he's the most talented guy I don't see in the military. He don't want to play because he wants to play against them. If he says if that team formed together, coach, I'm in, coach. I got my own ticket. I got my own everything. I drive up there, do whatever, fly. He wants to play right now. Coach knows who I'm talking about.
I do. I talked to him a few times since then.
Yeah. Man. He just says he wants that team together. If that team ain't together, then he don't want to. And that's what we want to see. But yeah, we got to wait till Orlando, but everybody don't have that chance. But the Nationals been going. Orlando just started.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Orlando's going to be great. I feel like that Atlanta tournament is going to be what we need.
Yes, sir.
But that Nationals been there, Trey. It's been there. It's been there since. So how long the Nationals been going, Mike? Since 09? Yeah, so
14th year.
And let me see, Timo, you won the Nationals before, Timo?
Of course. Don't tell me like that.
You did? You did for real? I'm being real.
Yes.
Oh. Cole, you won the Nationals before?
Nope.
And Wayne, you won the Nationals before?
I'm gonna win it this year.
Wayne already said he went national this year.
They gotta let Wayne in.
Nah, hey, Ron B, look, hey, there's a congregation out there that don't want us in.
But you know what? But Trey, on the real, I'm gonna give Wayne props because he got to deal with all those egos and get those guys to play together. So that's kudos to him. You know what I'm saying? You got that much talent because I've seen them play. They came out to Augusta, half and half. So you got a bunch of guys that can really hoop. So to put those guys all together, I'll give him props on that. That's why I'm pushing them to play together because that hoop hunger dog in me wants to see it because I want to see who's going to step up. Because I got three guys in my ear, and Coach know they hit me on WhatsApp. Coach, I want this. I want this. Like they want to play. They want to play against them. They want to play against the best. But I guess we got to wait till Orlando.
And I will say this.
What's up?
I was looking forward to playing against them at the Capital Classic.
See, because you a hooper.
But then I got hurt, and I also I know why. Wayne ain't gonna tell y'all this, but I know why that team won.
Why that team is what?
Why that team was formed?
Don't you even start, boy. I swear to God.
Don't do it.
He got a squad. He got a guy on the team that never played All Navy,
No,
and right now he could be the starting point guard for All Navy right now.
who?
Mike, am I right?
Who you talking about?
Ryan.
Ryan.
Talking about Ryan.
Ryan can go. Ryan can
Yeah, man, Ryan. I know Ryan way back in the day, back when I was playing with Smalley. When he was playing with Smalley, he
He's
can
at
go. Like not
Smalley
no.
trying to play with us.
Hey, Smalley. Hey, y'all might
Smalley
see
trying to play with
debut with us while you playing.
And Trey, if you don't know, Wayne is the John Calipari of military basketball. So yeah. He recruits. He's the best recruiter I've ever seen. Best recruiter. I'm telling you that right now.
But so I ask you this question: doesn't part of that come from a coaching prowess in a sense? Like what when you basically look at it, like okay, like all these players want to play with, for the most part, want to play with Coach Walcott. Why is
Yeah,
that?
because think about it. Look at it. If you pull up a screenshot of Coach Calipari with his hair, it's gonna look like Wayne. And number two, he's gonna let his players play. He's gonna let the players do what they do, and then he's gonna look out for them. Like Wayne gonna look out for his play. That's one thing I love about it. Exactly. Yeah, he's gonna look out for his players. He's gonna go in the hole. He's gonna go in the trenches with his players. So therefore, they respect him. So they're gonna play. They're gonna play hard. Yeah, he the new Bird. Yeah, my old coach Eddie Bird was like that. That's how I got Ali and Sumter. Coach Bird let us hoop, and he gonna take care of you. Hey, coach, I need to stay here. I got you. Hey, coach. Hey, Harris can't make it.
Bird had the Airbnb. He had the Airbnb year out, year prior.
Yeah. With the year we won it, he got an Airbnb for the whole team.
Airbnb out year prior, driving in campers and stuff. Bird was something else, boy.
He took care of us. So because he took care of us, we got damn hoop, and that's how we won it. So Wayne is the new Bird. Yep, Wayne is the new Bird.
Hey, Ron.
Yo,
I got since you tried me earlier, my gold medals, I gotta make a post after we get off this podcast.
what you talking about, man?
Y'all will see. I tag you in it.
Did you got more gold medals than me?
Nah, it's gonna be a post.
I'm
something
about to say now. You young blood. You up and coming.
You know what? Before we leave off here, that's the question I want to ask. What is that? Like, I mean, we've talked about the state of the military for the most part. What is it like? Do y'all, of course, Coach Wayne, he's in the midst of it now because he's coaching. But from your position, Mike and Ron, what do you think of military basketball is in good hands with the up and coming? Like with the Coldens, I know at some point he's going to be out. T-Mo going to be out at some point. Is the state of military basketball in good hands from your position?
Trey, it's in great hands. These guys, Rich said it earlier. The game has changed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as us coaches, you got to adapt. As a coach, you have to adapt. I can sit here and say, how I used to do and things like that. I'm always bring that up, but you still have to adapt to new culture. And these guys, I mean, they get it. Now, do they get that dog in them? Nah, this is a soft era, but the league is a soft era. I tell my story about Derek Harper. Derek Harper was a point guard that had hands like Michael Jordan. At that time, he could hand check. They said, well, would Steph Curry get 50? No, he's not gonna get 50 because he ain't going nowhere. Derek Harper ain't let you go nowhere back in New York. But it's a new era, so it's in good hands. These guys, they the T-Mo's, they bring T-Mo, for instance, I can't stand him because he's Air Force, but his game is he's getting older, so he's like, you know what, but I'm gonna stay in the shoot with the new generation and bring them along. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm an old school. I'm gonna always be old school. I'm never gonna change. It's just my demeanor. Coach could tell you. So, but these newer guys that's kind of say, you know what, I'm gonna look out for these guys and do that and bring them up and show them the right way. Yeah, they doing all right. They soft as hell, but they ain't good.
There we go with that
They
word
ain't good
soft
hands.
again. Last
Oh,
time
y'all
I said that
soft.
word soft.
Y'all soft. Y'all soft as hell. Coach, we running too much. Coach, we got 3 practices in one. Like, if I tell you the shit I did, I used to tell them the shit I did when I came in All Army, and they, come on now. I used to wash goddamn jock straps. Come on, man. I'm a starting point guard. I'm washing the joker that's behind me, his jock strap, his drawers and shit. And that's the hardcore shit we was in. We can't do that no more.
Hey, who said
You get
we
EO
was running too
complaints,
much?
sharp complaints. Like, but
Who
yeah,
said that? Who said we was
to
running too
answer your
much?
question, Trey, I love what I'm seeing. I love the tournaments. I love the people putting their heart into it. I love things opening up that we could come together, and do what we gotta do. I love it. Like, it's a player's coach's dream to see what's going on right now. I wish I was playing in this, and then that's sad to say, but I wish I was playing in today's military. I ain't gonna lie.
Mhm.
I average 60, but go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's in great hands. It's all about adapting. Um, this era is different. It's a different era. You got to deal with just a different mentality. You know, from mine and Ron's era. I mean, my era is even before Ron. So it's like it's just a different mentality, and you got to continue to adapt with the changes. And that's one thing about the military. We always can adapt and overcome. And along the way, that's what makes military coaches, um, I would say, a breed above from those people that maybe have played the game and went into coaching, into college realm or whatever. But based upon how programs, I always would tip my hat off to those guys that have been on the sideline as a coach in the military as well, because you just learn different things. You learn to, like I said, adapt and overcome, do more with less. It's you can look out right now at the coaching carousel that's going on in NCAA basketball. You know, with the part of the adaptivity that you have to face now, the transfer portal. You know, you look at it, military, we got our own version of it right now. You know, now it's like, hey, some players are, I got a problem with that coach. In my day, Ron's day, we had a problem with the coach. You suck it up. You at that base or whatever, you playing. You got to prove it to that coach. You can't just say, oh, I don't like him as a coach. I'm going to go play for somebody else. Or I'm going to quit. You always had an option to quit, but I think that's where probably Ron B is saying in regards to saying the culture might be softer now, because we took kids now don't take adversity. They don't stand adversity. As soon as they see adversity, they're gone. If we sit down 1 year behind somebody that we think we should be starting ahead of, we're gone. That's just the nature. That's part of the beast. There's no more sit back and your turn. They want to go now. They will hoop now or I'm out.
And Coach Wayne, from that aspect, Coach Wayne, how do you control that yourself? Where how do you manage that of the players? A player feeling like, okay, I'm not getting the time I think I should be getting, and them vacating and bouncing on you.
Well, I mean, for starters, and I know Haley's in the chat. He's been with me. So, I mean, people forgot when I started at Bliss that, I mean, we were successful there. And then I started a program at Jackson. We were like 500. And we won the conference. And so it's not like I've just had like these all world teams. It's just been right place, right time. The last year and a half, I've just been really, really, really good. And that's military basketball. You're not always going to be on top. You just got to take advantage of the time that you have when you have it, and show that you belong. But as far as egos, and I don't play that. If I feel like you are a detriment to what we're trying to do on the court, whether if it's attitude, complaining about minutes, or so forth, you have a choice. You can either conform, or you can play with somebody else. It's not. I don't want anyone to ruin the selfless play that we play with. It's not about Colt getting 20 points a game. It's not about Ray being all world. If it's your day, it's your day. But we have a whole team that can contribute and be the star at any given moment, and that's what we bought into. Whoever's got it going, spread the floor, high pick and roll, get the matchup that we want. I mean, basketball's easy. It's really not that hard. And just play selfless.
And that's what's got you Coach of the Year last year, huh?
Yes, sir.
So for Coach, Timo, at some point, do y'all pick up the same mantle from Coach Wayne, Coach Ron, or any of them, Coach Fest, or Coach Richardson? Is that in your future to at some point pick up the mantle, maybe coach and continue your legacy in that same matter fact?
Cole, you want to go
I ain't
first?
gonna lie. I'm not coaching the military. I'm not coaching military basketball. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna play.
Okay.
And when I'm done, I'm done.
Okay.
I just can't. If I'm a coach, I'll probably go outside of military. Just cause that's just where my.
You want to coach all Army?
I'll just keep playing, and then once I'm done playing, I'll probably be done playing. I don't know, whenever.
You want to coach all Army?
Once I get my 5 goals, I'm done playing. But yeah, I'm not coaching. I know Timo.
Marcus said Holland said you got to really love the game to coach the military.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff in the military. I'm not even gonna get started on that, but I just don't want to coach in the military. I'm good. I'll just keep playing.
That boy said 5 goals. He ain't gonna get.
Coach Cal said bring back the Rico.
Once I get more goals than Ron, I'm done.
Well, I guess you're gonna do 20 years.
No, I'll do what?
You're a lifer.
Years. I got to extend one contract.
For me, I'll say like for the guys that I've been talking to like past 2 years, Mike, Wayne, like all I've wanted is for military basketball to be on. That's all I'm preaching. And right now I'm still a player, but I'm looking at the game differently from a coach perspective. Like I said, I put this program together down here at Eglin. And so my approach to the game has just been different. I'm still going to play because I look up to the guys like Ron B that played till he was 40, Ollie, still playing, and I see them doing it. I feel like I can do it too as long as I take care of my body. Mm-hmm. Coaching, yeah, that's definitely something that I want to do. Like currently, youth teams, like off base, stuff like that, just to get foot in the door, have aspirations one day coaching all Air Force. And just like I said, my main, I want all military under one umbrella. And I feel like this tournament in Orlando, that's going to be like a big step towards us getting that. Because if you look at it, like no one person is big trying to do right now. Mm-hmm. It's going to take a major team of people that are committed to pushing military basketball forward. And like I said, just making it bigger than what it really is. Because like I said, Wayne said about Mr. Gilmore, he didn't even have any idea about what we do. And there's a lot of people out there that don't have any idea about military basketball.
Correct.
The more that we keep pushing it out, the more that we keep building with each other, the bigger it's going to become. So, like I said, one day and we can be sitting.
And it's going to take a lot of selflessness within, the team for that to happen, and just people in general who just want to be a part of, making this successful for the soldiers. There's enough basketball out there for everyone. Not one person or individual has to have control over everything. Mike has nationals. It's the biggest tournament. Does a great job with it. Nobody else has to be involved in that easily. If he wants help, he'll let us know if he needs some assistance, and vice versa around the board. As you can see, I got the people on this call that's helping me out, and I appreciate their help and driving the ship forward in the event I have to step away or anything. So that's what it takes: selflessness, and working as a team and doing right by the soldiers.
I want to add in too. I think just the Orlando tournament in general. If I was to leave one thing when I leave the military, I think that tournament is what I would want to leave as my legacy in the military. Just we gave the soldiers a route to go, the biggest platform we could get, and put it on a show for the masses. All the best players show up. We all just get it in. It don't matter if you're Army, Air Force, Marines, Navy, Guard, Reserve. You just show up. You got an ID card. We hoop. And if that's the one thing, if I could leave one thing back on the military, that's probably the one. This is the one thing that I would like to leave.
No doubt. So, of course, as we come to a time frame now, so we can go ahead and allow these gentlemen to get back to what they do on a daily basis. I greatly appreciate Coach Wayne basically helping include me in this, helping get this message out. Timo, Colton, basically it's going to go down. Coach Richardson is about to. I think the tournament is going to be a great platform to basically see who's the best of the best. There's no reason. All opportunities there. Now you get a chance to basically get a squad together. RAC, Akeem and Haley talking about who we playing for, where they run into. JT opportunity. So all these people that's on here, you get a top opportunity to pull up and basically play. Basically what the players are saying they want to play. So of course, before we get out here, I'll allow y'all gentlemen to any parting last words before we bounce.
Anybody? Well, hey, Trey, I appreciate the invite.
For sure.
I love this show. Like, I wish this was a long time ago. Like, this is good to have the coaches and the players' voices to get the input. And we're on Facebook, so a lot of people on the social media platform. So this is great. To have the coaches and the players come in and talk and get their views and likes and dislikes out. So I appreciate it, man. This is a great podcast, and I pray you keep going. Just keep going. I'm hoping. I thought of it, but if Timo and Mike and all them have you down in Orlando doing the podcast or play Papalino down there, so that'll be great right there. That'll be something. But this is lovely. And anytime you need me, I'll peek in. Like I said, the times are different, but yeah, I'm a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's Friday night here, so. But yeah, I appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Anyone else? Any parting words, last words we get up here?
As always, Trey, thanks, man, for having me on, inviting me to share this platform with these gentlemen. It's always, anytime you get me and Ron B on together, it's gonna be nonstop comedy because he talks so much trash. He is the guy right now.
That's what it's about,
right? We the guy right now. Better to really say, but
yeah. He's got the bragging rights. He's the guy right now. He's sitting on top. As for the national and the AAU and the basketball and where we're trying to take military basketball, as I echo what Timo just said, it's not one individual. It's going to take a team. and I'm grateful for the opportunity to be a part of this team and to just lend a hand where I can.
Mhm.
And you know, 'cause at the end of the day, I'm in the sunset. I'm in the twilight. You know, it's for them now. You know where they're going, and I just want to be able to help in any way that I can. Next month, the national will be off the chain. It will be lit. Um, it's going to be disregard all the craziness Ron was talking. It's gonna be like that. Um,
Pull up.
We'll see.
competition is gonna be fierce. It's gonna be live stream. We got Hero Sports doing that for us. Mike
Free my
Barker.
man Coach.
I'm gonna try to get Mike and Hero Sports involved with this AU
Free my
thing
man
as well.
Shaq.
So there's some doors opening for you, Trey. We gonna try to get you in there as well. And if you
I'm
come
here
down
for
to national,
But goddamn, Mike, buy a plane ticket. Get his plane ticket. You get all them
I'll
goddamn
do that.
NWR funds. Get his plane ticket. Get Trey at the Nationals. There you go. Enough said, Trey. Let Timo talk.
Trey,
There we go.
I want to pitch a Trey and Bishop. Hopefully, I can get them because Bishop's here. He's in San
Yeah,
Antonio
he's in San
already.
Antonio. Yeah, he lives
So
down there.
if I can get the dynamic duo, they can become the new Brad Nessler and Dick Vitale. We can put them out there for the national.
Trey, I got you. He gonna get your plane ticket. You'll be there.
But
'Cause I want to see it live. You gonna
appreciate
put it on live. That
Appreciate
joker
it.
right there, Mike. He don't know how to take no game. So yeah, Trey, you'll be there. He got the NWL funds.
I'll pass the mic on to somebody else.
Timo,
Yeah.
Coach.
I'll go. I'll let Timo finish it. But I was gonna say, man, this all it's about, right? Everybody got difference of opinion, open, pure. It don't even matter. But we could all work together, make something happen, and make sure you know what I'm saying this shit keeps elevating to a level where you know everybody can benefit from it. So I'm glad we got Mike on with us to help you know facilitate this tournament and make it as big as it can be. You know, I'm excited, you know, to catch up with my Army guys here. That we all still gonna try to pull up to nationals if our schedules so permits it. You know, we might bring our goals out for Mike. You know, we going 2 times back to back like Drake, and then you know what
Don't
I'm saying.
do
That's
that,
all
man. You ain't got enough gold medals yet. Don't do that.
Ray, Coach, stop, man. Because Timo face is like we don't want to be.
Nothing about it. He can't do nothing about it. He on the sidelines right now.
All right, Timo, you get to close the show like Busta Rhymes on the track. What's good, man? What you got?
Hey man, appreciate it. Appreciate having us on today, man. Really means a lot. I really cherish this brotherhood, this fraternity, military basketball family that we have, man. Mm-hmm. I'm really just looking forward, you know, seeing everybody, man, going to the tournaments. Man, it's really dope. You get to see people you ain't seen in a while. Like I've even seen people that I went to basic with, you know what I'm saying, that I didn't have the chance to, you know, get to travel to go out and see them, hang out with them. But this military basketball tournament has gave me the option to do so. So just looking forward to, man, I appreciate all the relationships I've built through military basketball. Like I said, Mike, I talk to Mike like every other day, man. Mike really gives me like input on what's going on in military basketball, and he helps me out with my Eggman program also, giving me input there too. So man, I'm just looking forward to what we can take this to the next level, and just appreciate y'all, man.
So of course y'all have it there. Greatly, like I said, continue greatly appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Even the support, you know what I'm saying, Shiners out, myself and Bishop. It took like this was just something which I came up with, thought about it, and of course being in the military, working for MWR in sports, Although I'm trying to be a free agent in that as well. But you know what I'm saying? It comes, you know what I'm saying? You continue to grow, you do things, you know what I'm saying? And my ideals, let alone this idea alone, as well as other ones that I have, is innovation. And when you put something forth, that's how it comes. It's a grind, just like I'm very sure y'all grind with building programs. Everything is a grind, and you have to keep at it. So I greatly appreciate that. But of course, you know what I'm saying?
One more
Y'all know
thing,
what
Trey,
yes,
before
sir.
you go.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Oh,
One more
damn,
thing.
Mike.
I got a shout out to RJ out there because he's promoting the Hawaii Invitational that's happening this weekend. Hey, RJ, you better win that thing, or you might not
strong,
become the
Mike.
Nationals.
Say what?
They watching.
Hey, RJ might ride or die. He gonna be with me. Him and Pate gonna be with me to the end. So you gotta see it, Mike. And nothing you can do.
Coach Hollis, you say, hold up, y'all thought I was finished? You're gonna say it's all love. And that's another thing. When you have your own, you can kind of do your own, just be respectful of everybody and be able to afford everyone the opportunity. And that's what I'm all about. Network. That's the biggest thing. Network as best I can. I sip a slide, y'all. It's a whole veteran organization. I don't know what y'all got going on for volunteer work. But there's a dude out there that just started. He's in the Navy and has an organization called Vet or Volunteer Vet, to where he puts on. If you go check his page out, they got events all over the world, all over the country, in which they get our volunteers to go pull up in. They got one going on for Final Four right now. If you're in the Chicago area, they got all the teams. So it's different things. So I'm all about network, because that's, again, a team. That's how you continue to move forward. So y'all already know what it is. First Formation, Morning Sports Talk. Y'all know where to find us every morning, 09 to 1100 hours for the most part. And sometimes we do something a little different, like we say, the women last night. It's a whole vibe always. Always open. If you ever need to try to get on to get a word out, it's a platform to where we're looking to get you on there. So it is, you know what I'm saying, one of those things. I'm glad to be a part of it. Glad to have all y'all be a part of it. If we need to sit talk offline for a second when we drop off there, feel free. Y'all know what it is. Like I said, it's me, your boy Trey. My man Bishop probably was taking care of something. There wasn't Oklahoma. Oklahoma ain't playing in the Final Four or anything like that. So he wasn't going. Philadelphia. I'm very sure he's already got past Philadelphia losing. So, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Kyle said Longhorns in 6. We'll see. But you know what I'm saying? That's our show for today. Check back in with us on Monday. You never know what we got for you. I love y'all. Greatly appreciate it. And I'm out. Peace.
Army strong.
Later.